your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Welcome to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. You bring us here live in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. This is Dwayne Nurse, your favorite youth host, and we are here to bring the youthful vigor in smack in the middle of the week, the work week, unfortunately. Unfortunately for those who are home on vacationing, UA students, sixth form, primary school, secondary school. Good morning and welcome to all our viewers. I'm joined with
Joshua Dan.
And also
Natalia Nances. Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning to our viewers on our varying platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and 102 on Amplia. We wish you a good morning. We hope that your morning is already going well. I know it's early, but we have work to look forward to. Let's put our best foot out there, just like Dwayne and I are here to do, and Miss Dan as well, right? Before we continue on this morning, however, let's have our news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Dwayne and Natalia. The Trinidad and Tobago Inter-Island Transport Company Limited informs all truckers and port users that at approximately 10:24 a.m. on Tuesday, August 20th, 2024, a minor fire broke out in the auxiliary engine room of the MV Cabo Star. The vessel's crew promptly initiated emergency protocols, successfully extinguishing the fire shortly thereafter. Due to the nature of the incident, the vessel will undergo a thorough inspection by the Vessel Classification Society. During the MV Cabo Star's absence, the following arrangements have been made to accommodate cargo needs. Wednesday, August 21st, 2024, the Zoe Reeve will depart from Port of Spain at 9 a.m. and leave Scarborough at 2 p.m. Thursday, August 2024, and Friday, August 23rd, 2024, the Galleon's Passage will depart of Port of Spain at 9 a.m. and leave Scarborough at 4:30 p.m. Vehicles weighing up to 7,000 kilograms will be transported on these vessels, with priority given to food, pharmaceuticals, and perishables. 65 young people from Tobago have joined the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sports Trade Trek program. The program offers 3 days of life skills trained, followed by 2 months of apprenticeships in trades such as hairdressing and auto mechanics and construction. The initiative targets school leavers and unemployed youths, providing hands-on experience, technical training, and life skills like financial management. Participants will receive stipends, certificates, and opportunities for further training or jobs. Program leaders, including Secretary Joel Sampson and Assistant Secretary Wayne Clark, urged the youths to make the most of the opportunity, which has generated excitement and interest in various trades. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin acknowledged that while the police have increased their use of body cameras, more needs to be done to ensure they are consistently used and footage is shared with the police. Complaints Authority for investigations. This follows PCA Director David West's concern that the lack of body camera usage hampers probes into fatal police shootings. Although a policy requires officers to wear cameras during patrols, this is not widely enforced, and the PCA has not received footage for 37 such cases this year. While police are set to receive more body cameras with improved battery life, Police Association President ACP Gideon Dixon argued that there is no legal obligation for the police to provide footage to the PCA. West refuted this, citing that the PCA Act, which allows the authority to access such footage, to expedite investigations. That was your news in 90 seconds.
Right.
Thank you, Joshelle, for that news in 90.
Thank you very much for that. You know, Natalie, a lot has been happening in this space, but I think I need to be a little bit facetious this morning and saying a lot is happening in our space. We wouldn't get into it, but let's move over to what is happening in this space that is called Tobago. We would have seen a upsurge in arrivals. I actually saw a headline recently saying that Tobago businesses are benefiting from the upsurge from visitors on the island. And I presume that it's a mixture of our locals from Trinidad and some trickling in from the different islands and different countries. Miss Joshua, I don't know what are your thoughts on the matter. I don't know what else you observed in this space.
Well, from what I observed, yesterday was results day for CSEC and CAPE students. So I know a lot of students around the island anticipated their results. So I just want to take the opportunity to wish all of you congratulations, despite the fact that you may not get the results you wanted, you still did your best.
Oh yes, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you were one such person who were waiting results. I don't know.
Yes, it was.
You look very young, so but
Yes,
although you fit in very nicely here, but congratulations to you and all those persons who would have went through the ropes and put in all the hard work and sat that exam. It's a lot to sit in an exam. It's a privilege to sit an exam, and for those who, as Miss Dan would have indicated, that may not have attained the result that you would have anticipated, it is not the end of the world, right? There are many modes to get to your destination. Just be persistent, be consistent, and develop an attitude of success. And an attitude of success has nothing with being bright, right? That's a very, very loose, informal term. Is those who put in the hard work and are diligent that attain the results that the work would redound to.
Mind you, Dwayne and I, yes, we're giving advice, but we not too long ago wrote.
Hello, I don't know what you're talking about. I did CSEC years ago, double digits, ma'am.
Double digits already?
Yes, double digits, right? So you has respect for your elders, me, please.
Fine,
right?
brother
Thank
Dwayne,
you,
right? So Joshelle, coming from someone who recently wrote her exams. Congratulations to you in whatever results you would have reaped. I know sometimes, as you said, we might not like what we have, but going forward, we could work on it, right?
Yes,
so it's only forward. Backward, never.
Yes,
right?
Certainly. Quickly, I noticed on the news that there was a child in Trinidad who was taken to the hospital for some dengue symptoms, and they weren't met with the best treatment, and she subsequently died. Condolences to you and your family. Well, to the family of the deceased, and our heart goes out to you from the Tobago Updates, and especially us here at Youth Wednesdays. We care about the youth, not just in Tobago, but nationally and regionally and internationally as well, right? And I also saw this morning some unfortunate news in Moruga, Trinidad, where a father and her daughter was shot dead. I actually know the person that was a part of that incident, and it's a friend of mine that I met years ago. And condolences to you and the family. Condolences to the family of the victims of this unfortunate and unforeseen circumstance. It's sad. It's even worse when it hits home. That's why crime is a personal issue. But anyway, we're gonna go straight to the rundown this morning. We have quite a packed rundown for you this morning. I don't know who wants to help me do the rundown. I don't know if Miss Nancy will volunteer for us this morning. Looking so lovely and so blessed this morning.
All right, Dwayne, sure, not a problem. First up, we have Miss Caricia. She will be taking us through mini golf. If you are wondering what to do with your children before school starts, because it's coming down to the end of summer vacation, as we would call it. If you are wondering what to do, take them to mini golf, right? And we'll hear more about that from Miss Caricia Irvin later on in our show. we'll have Miss Zoe Reeve. She's a travel vlogger. It's always interesting to hear the stories behind these travel bloggers, you know. So I'm interested to hear what she has to say and share with us. And last but not least, Miss Hyacinth Stevenson, Director of Candy Care Spa Services, right? So we'll hear from Miss Hyacinth as well on her spa services later on in the show. And that was your rundown this morning, Dwayne.
Thank you very much, Miss Nancis. I was about to say something, but I shouldn't. But
Dwayne
guys,
was so excited this morning.
Not very much elated seeing that you're here this morning. Your presence adds much value to the show, hence the reason my excitement. But nonetheless, guys, we have a lot in store for you this morning, but we have to tell them to do what?
Hold on, before we reach there,
oh my gosh,
Dwayne, today's people's birthdays, you know.
Oh gosh, you know, I tell you, I got excited.
And we're very excited to say happy birthday. Let's bring up the first person on the screen. We have a birthday today. We want to say happy birthday to Assemblyman Sonny Craig. Some people refer to him as Uncle Sonny. So happy birthday
you
to
really
you.
Look like somebody, uncle. Eh?
Yes, for real.
Yeah, like
So I really
uncle.
do hope you enjoy it, Mr. Craig, and God's blessings to you.
Right, all right. And finally, we have Miss Arlene Messiah. Happy birthday goes out to you. You look lovely, you look young. I'm sure you look even younger today. Happy birthday goes out to you from the Tobago Updates family and Tobago Updates here at Youth Wednesdays. You know, so that's it for our birthday this morning. And for those of you, again, who did not make it on our birthday list this morning, we want to wish you a happy birthday. For those who are celebrating anniversaries and other accomplishments that are milestones in your life, we want to wish you congratulations and happy anniversary and happy birthday. So guys, that's it for you for this part of the program for you this morning. We have a lot more for you. Just remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Attention all talented individuals and groups in Tobago. This is your moment to shine. Showcase your skills in music, dance or drama at Tobago Star Quest. Prelim auditions are held every Sunday across various communities throughout Tobago. Seize the chance to win exciting prizes and demonstrate your talent. For more details, visit our Instagram page at tobago.star.quest or email tobagostarquest@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you there.
I'm so relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. Up to $20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'll hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is
is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
Go in, you have to stop it. You have to stop it.
Welcome to my kitchen, guys.
You have to stop it again.
That's it. That's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning.
And we are back here on Tobago Updates Youth Wednesdays. As you heard earlier in the rundown, we have a very exciting show for you this morning. And we start off with miniature golf. I don't know if any one of you all are excited as I am to hear about this, because we hear about miniature golf in the States, we hear about it everywhere else, and now it's right here in Tobago available to you. And to talk to us about miniature golf this morning, I welcome to studio Miss Charissa Irvin.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you. All right, so in my earlier years, my view on miniature golf was a bit skewed. Speaking to Charissa, she will now highlight to me what is actually miniature golf and who can play.
All right, so miniature golf is an experience for everyone, children and adults. It's the fun part of learning the game of golf, putt-putt, right? So where family and friends come out to enjoy and putt around, have fun, and create some bit of excitement in their daily routine.
Okay. All right, so miniature golf is not for the babies.
No.
Because what I thought was that the miniature part of it was children golf. But I'm hearing now that it's adult golf. And I can come and golf myself,
Definitely.
Right? Okay, so who is the targeted audience?
All right, the target audience, families, children, and family we are targeting to come out and have a family time, bonding time, also for kids who want an extra activity before school open. We are targeting those persons.
Right. And I'm very happy that you said, especially the kids, because, I mean, the best part of their year is slowly coming to an end, and that is the July-August holidays. It's the longest set of holidays you have from school, you know, to chill out with family, maybe travel and everything. But for those who enjoy their stay-at-home vacation, that's their staycation, right, here is this exciting event just before school starts. So school starts, I believe it's the 2nd of September, and the 24th, sorry, 29th. Hold on. We'll get to that date. I don't want to mix it up. I want Charissa to tell you everything. All right, so yes, we are speaking about miniature golf, but there are games and activities. Maybe you might not want to play the putt-putt now and later. So what other games and activities can we look forward to?
All right, so we have the Jenga, we have the Connect 4, we have Glow Tic-Tac-Toe. We want to have it, we have the segment for the games early up in the evening. It starts at 5 p.m. And then we go into the Glow Night of miniature golf and experience. So we have Twister, we have lots of games, and Bouncy Castle for the children, the younger age, but Bouncy Castle for them to entertain them as we go along.
You said the younger age for the Bouncy Castle, and my smile just went, whoop. If you all find me on a Bouncy Castle with your children for that activity, just turn the blind eye. I paid my money. I will have my time on my Bouncy Castle. All right. So are there prizes to be won?
Yes, there is prizes to be won for the miniature putt and for the little games that we have that are provided at the event. And we are geared to give back to the back to school to have some gears for children that are in need, such to give back some bags, books at the miniature golf experience.
So you all will be giving out prizes, especially those geared toward
back to school.
Back to school.
Yes.
All right. And on screen, I think we can see, is it Cherissia? No, this isn't Cherissia, but this is an individual playing miniature golf. The surroundings doesn't give, outdoor, but there is this little patch of outdoor here. Oh, she is struggling to find that hole here now. When it's time for me to play, I will find it. Oh, she got it, yay. All right. So this is what we can look forward to for miniature golf. Let's go into date, time, and location so that we know exactly where to go. Let's give them an overview of the dress. What kind of attire should we wear? Is it that tights is better to play? Should we wear jeans?
I would say let people wear and be comfortable. It's a fun experience. So they come in what they are comfortable in. And the location will be at Lowlands Community Center, August the 29th, 5 p.m. to 8:30. All right. Don't be late, be on time. Golf is a time game, and I would like everyone to come forward early and let us start it.
Hey, she says that golf is an on-time game. I'm taking note, I'm taking note. So that is August 29th, 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So that's in the evening hours. No need to get sunburnt before we go back to school.
And it's indoor.
And it's indoor. I need to put this on my calendar. And where is the location? Just remind us.
Lowlands Community Center.
Lowlands Community Center. Yes. So we look forward to seeing all of viewers there to enjoy miniature golf. Come and win those prizes. They are back to school prizes, and I encourage everyone to come out. All right. So is there a course attached?
Yes, the course attached is $50 for kids, where they get to enjoy every games and the miniature golf and the Glow experience. Also for adults who wish to come in and have some fun as well, you have the miniature golf, you have the big Jenga, you have the big Connect 4. We all have to come out to have fun before the children go back to school. Also, we have the special. We also it's a portable miniature mat. So we provide for birthdays, events, anniversary, games nights. So the mats are there and available to rent out for anyone that is interested. We also glue the mats up for your special occasion.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. So we're looking at an example on screen. This is a Glow golf mat.
Yes.
Right. And you're saying that you cater to different events. So not only do you, well, this would be a special event that you all are hosting,
yes.
But you all rent out to people who are having their events.
Correct.
So we can rent a mat and glow it up. I hope that Dwayne is listening to me. Dwayne, we can glow up a mat. So we'll all right. So he's signaling to me that we definitely have to rent a glow mat and try this out. All right, so before we end off this morning, Ms. Charissa, could you just highlight where we can find more information on this event? Does it have any registration, or do we just walk in?
All right, so for this event, you can call 766-3946, or you can get us on Facebook or Instagram, and it's a walk-in event. right? We have no tickets on sale or stuff. Everybody are welcome to come and enjoy the evening of miniature glow and games night fun.
Okay, so let's talk about what we're walking with. You're walking with
yourself, your family, and come out with your crew, you're in numbers to enjoy the day and your money to pay at the door.
Okay. Of course, do not forget the money. We have a lot of prizes to be won. And of course, we have a fun game of miniature golf and many others to play on the 29th of August from the hour 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Lowlands Community Center. So, Christy and her team, they look forward to seeing you there. I might be looking forward to seeing you there. I heard Bouncy Castle, so I think I'll put a pin in that, right? And I hope to see you all there to support and win your back to school prizes. All right. So before we continue on this morning, I just want to tell Charissa, thank you for coming in to tell us about this miniature golf event. It's a lot to look forward to, especially coming down, as I said, to the end of the July-August holidays, right? So viewers, I encourage you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to optimize your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
The buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Oh yeah! I said I can't wait for Tobago in October. Embark on an adventure to the greatest little island on the planet. Tobago invites you to ritual, revelry, and release. Whining in the Bago sun, having Bago fun, and Bago drinking rum. We go jump up and carry on. From October 25th to the 27th, 2024, experience the energetic vibe, the vibrant colors, and the unforgettable spirit of the Tobago Carnival. Down here in Tobago, in Tobago. Whether you're tripping down the road or marveling at the beauty and creativity of our artisans, Tobago Carnival is an adventure.
I said I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for Carnival to come. So I call all my friends, making my plans for the Tobago Carnival fun.
Join us for ritual, revelry, and release. Tobago Carnival 2024, where every moment is memorable.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
We party till we drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We're glad that you stayed with us. As you know, it's Youth Wednesdays, and who is better to join us this morning than popular solo traveler and vegan enthusiast Zoe Reeve, famously known as Travel with Zoe. Good morning, Zoe.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you this morning?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm a little tired, but I'm good.
Okay, you recently visited Tobago a couple of days ago. How has that experience been for you?
Yeah, so that was my third time in Tobago, and this time I just went to the Kings Bay area, like Delaford, Kings Bay. And I was only actually there 24 hours, but I feel like Tobago is always really peaceful and really beautiful, like really nice scenery and friendly people. So yeah, it was nice.
Okay, that's wonderful. So let's dive into the world of Travel with Zoe. You have been to multiple countries across the globe. What is your inspiration for starting Travel with Zoe?
So I actually started it like 11 years ago as a website. So when I came back from my first ever solo trip, which was to Jamaica, I felt like people's opinions were just really wrong about what that experience would be like for me. So before I went, they said, oh, you're going to get kidnapped, this and this. And I just had such a great time and met so many kind people. I just wanted to like share that experience with the world. So I used to write like articles and stuff about my travels. And then as the years went on, I realized that people don't really want articles. They more want maybe videos. So yeah, I switched to TikTok a couple years ago, and here we are.
Oh yes, that's quite interesting. We're living in a digital age where persons prefer to see visually rather than just reading an article. I agree with that. So you have been in Trinidad and Tobago. What has been your favorite experience thus far?
Oh gosh, so I've actually been to Trinidad and Tobago 10 times now. This is the 10th trip. Okay. So it's the country that I've been most times out of all the countries in the world. And there's just so many things I love. I think the best thing was the first time I came here, I was based on a farm in Moruga in the south for 3 months. There was this program where like travelers could come and, you know, volunteer at the farm, and in exchange they would give you food and somewhere to sleep.
So I was like picking okras and going to help sell in the market and like planting seeds and weeding and stuff like that. But I really enjoyed the sense of community there because it was in like a small village, and I'd never really experienced that much community like anywhere in the UK. How, you know, people's kids were just at different people's houses running around and playing, and everyone was like playing all fours together. And you know, if the person down the road had pumpkin on their farm and you had like carrots, then they might give you a pumpkin and you might give them some carrots, you know. And so yeah, I just had a really great time for those 3 months, and it kind of made me fall in love with Trinidad, and I always wanted to come back after that, and that's basically why I'm here now. So
that's nice, and we could see it in terms of your interaction with the locals here. And besides, I know you enjoy the carnival, and I know you love the doubles even more. But a lot of people are in some sort of a debate in terms of the social media world, and they're saying that, you know, the success that you are getting, the popularity that you have been receiving in Trinidad and Tobago is more so based on your ethnicity. What do you have to say to that?
Obviously, there's never going to be any proof, right? Because we can't do an experiment. We can't change my skin color and start this whole thing again. So we actually don't know, like, why it is, right? But everyone's welcome to their theories. Like, I think the people who I meet who tell me like why they follow me or why they like my content, they list lots of reasons. So maybe, for example, how they find that I'm quite honest and quite realistic, like with my experiences, and maybe how I try to stick to a low budget. Maybe they're interested in how I eat healthy, or maybe they find it funny how I express myself, or they like how I'm quite open-minded to like maybe sleep at people's houses who I've only met a few days before, or things like that. So I guess like some people have reasons to follow me based off things, you know, other than my skin color, but maybe some people are only interested because I look different from them and I'm in their country, or, you know, I just can't really say, like, it's not really for me to say. But I guess the solution, if there's a creator who you think doesn't deserve that success or whatever, the solution would probably just be not to follow them and maybe not to talk about them, because even by talking bad things about a creator, you're still kind of like bringing them more success in a way, because you're creating an online conversation about them, which in the end is only going to probably bring them more popularity. So yeah.
Okay, I love how confident you are in yourself in terms of, you know, you're doing it for you, and you know, whoever is interested and looking up to you, they will be the ones to be there to support you. Now, you have become a musical icon and have been in many collaborations, right? I know your popular song with Aaron Duncan, and you now released a song with Big P. How has that been for you? What is it like being a part of our musical industry?
Well, it just happened so suddenly, and I just had no idea this was going to happen. So it's like an industry that I guess I knew nothing about. I was suddenly involved in, you know, in the space of like a few days, and it was very confusing. It's a whole other world, this industry, you know. I've now been in like maybe 6 different studios and collab with like 6 different artists, not just in Trinidad, but in different islands, and each one of those experiences has been so different. Like every producer works really differently, every studio is really different, every artist is really different. Some of them are reliable, some of them are unreliable, some of them maybe seem like selfish in their intentions, some of them seem like generous in their intentions, you know. There's been like events that, you know, I've been asked to come and perform at, and again, some of them, they seem very, you know, they help you out, they want to come pick you up or help you figure out how to get there and, you know, make sure you're taken care of, whereas others, they actually are just going to postpone their event and they don't even tell you to the last minute. And I don't know, it's just a very like confusing world, but I feel, you know, happy and grateful to like get the chance to experience this, and who knows how long it will last, if it's just going to be for one more month, for one more year, or like who knows. I'm just trying to just have fun with it while it's here. And you know, I'm sure if I'm like blessed enough to reach like 80 years old, it'll be quite funny that I can, you know, sit there with some, I don't know, kids from the neighborhood and be like, guys, check out this thing on YouTube. Like, and it's just me like, in a vest, you know, like with a microphone. I just think like if I have the chance to do something a bit crazy, like,
And I
I'm
guess
just gonna
that
do it, you know?
comes as part of the Travel with Zoe experience. I know that you do a lot of things that, may seem a bit unconventional to people who don't understand, but I think that it's really amazing. So what has been happening in the social media space as well on the flip side is that it has been in an uproar. There's a big debate. A lot of people are arguing that your recent collaboration with Big P is somewhat provocative and promotes some level of promiscuity. On the other end, a lot of people are saying that this content is more so for adults. You are a young lady, you are enjoying yourself, you're enjoying the culture. What do you have to say to all the rumors and to this whole debate?
Again, everyone's welcome to like it or not like it, welcome to watch it or not watch it. I don't mind if some people want to critique the things I do. It's okay. Like, there are people who do things that I might critique or whatever. I mean, I probably wouldn't put it online, but, we're all welcome to have opinions about the things that we see, like, in our society or in the world. So I'm not mad at them for their opinions. Like, I think they're welcome to it. I think sometimes people go a bit over the top when they call you, like, horrible names and things like that. But if that's how these people express themselves, well, I guess they have their own reasons for that, and there's nothing I can really do. To be honest, I try not to really watch too many of the, like, negative videos, just because I don't think it's, like, the best use of my time, because I'm just here trying to have fun and make my content. I just don't want to spend my days sitting here like reading all the negative things. But I think to me personally, I just find it a bit surprising that so many people are like, oh, this proves what kind of girl she really is. This proves she was this kind of girl all along. And it's like, I think, like, acting out some lyrics in a music video doesn't really prove anything, apart from that maybe I'm kind of brave enough to go out of my comfort zone, or maybe I am, I don't know, confident in my body, or, you know what I mean? It might prove a few things, but I don't think it really proves anything about, like, what I do outside of that video. So I think that's just quite a strange theory. But yeah, they're welcome to their strange theories if that's how they feel,
Yes, I know. I mean, it takes a lot of confidence to do what you're doing. And at the end of the day, you are here to enjoy every aspect of Trinbago's culture. So as an influencer, do you think that it is your responsibility to take into consideration that, you might have a younger, more impressionable audience? I mean, a lot of young people have access to social media on their fingertips, a lot of underage people. Do you think that it is your responsibility to put forward content that may be deemed as respectable, or is it the responsibility of more so parents and guardians? Because that has also been a discussion within the online world.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think that it is a little bit disturbing how so many young people have this kind of unrestricted access to the internet, because, I mean, TikTok's one thing, but if they have unrestricted access to, like, a device as a whole, if that's a tablet or, like, a phone, I mean, they can literally access, like, porn websites, right, where, my music video would be nothing compared to what they would find on there. So I just think that, parents, and I know it's a difficult job because parents can't be watching over the kid's shoulder the whole time. Maybe there needs to be something done more by, like, governments, or I don't know, but I think it's a really difficult solution to find, like, how to monitor like kids' online behavior. But yeah, I think it's primarily the parents' job and maybe the government. But in terms of, like, my responsibility, I don't think I've ever really claimed to, like, be out here for the kids. To be honest, I've always been surprised when I've had people come up to me and say, oh, my 5-year-old loves your daily vlogs, because I'm kind of like, I didn't really think it was ever really for kids in the first place, like, just because I thought 5-year-olds might be a bit bored by me saying, like, I ate 2 bananas, and then, like, I don't know, I just didn't really, like, think it was ever specifically for kids. But also, like, everyone has different religious beliefs and things like this. And in terms of, like, promiscuity, like, for me personally, in, well, all of my songs, even though some of them might talk about, things with boys and whatever, it's only ever spoken about in, like, a consensual way. And in my personal, like, how I personally view life is that if you would like to have, consensual, like, relations outside of marriage or whatever it may be, as long as you're both safe, you're old enough that it's legal and you're consenting, I personally think it's fine, and it can be, like, I don't think it's a problem. So if I'm depicting something that I believe is okay once you're old enough. I don't think it's like a bad influence. Like, I think it's okay for people to see that,
and before we go,
those things can be fun.
Sorry about that. But before you go, do you have any more plans with collaborating with any more artists? I see that you are involved in a lot of upcoming parties as well and further collaborations, but do you think you would be collaborating with any more local artists?
So me and Big P wrote another song yesterday. We're planning to go and record it today. And I also went in the studio with, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say who it was, but a female artist the other day, and we're working on something. And yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. Like, lots of people slide into my DMs being like, oh, can we collab? But obviously I can't collab with like hundreds of people because it takes time to do a collab. But yeah, like I said, right now I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoy writing lyrics. That's like my favorite part. So if I do get, offers for more collabs that I think will be fun, then I'll just accept that offer, because like I said, I'm just here to, go with the flow and enjoy life and experience this whole music thing while I can. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Zoe. Viewers, that was our little discussion with Travel with Zoe. I wish you nothing but continued success, and do enjoy your time here at Trinidad and Tobago. But for you, our viewers, we continue with our youth program this morning. Continue to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens just come down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road, it's a miracle. A million strong come together.
I'ma play some tune like this.
Don't worry, my wife will fuck it up. Make me happy whenever you fuck it. So me play very hard, fiesta, fun, fiesta.
This one is for the people and them who don't care what nobody else have to say about them.
Them none of cash, broke where you have, where you know about.
It's too early for that.
Too early, good on.
They do but then enough nine. Girl, go to club, girl, right. Nice.
Who's the one friend can drink all the alcohol no matter what?
Put a bottle and spoon and a cup in my hand and a winding up on me man.
Dream.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're viewing us here live in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. You know, we want to take the discussion down a notch a little bit and, you know, have a discussion about candy care. No, we're not talking about sweetie. Perhaps we are, who knows. But before we get into this morning's interview, I think I want to shout out some of our ardent viewers this morning. Just give me 1 second. Let me just pull a little lovely names up. Right, this morning we have, drum roll please, this thing is not working. Anyway, good morning to our ardent viewers this morning. For those who are viewing us here live, my name is Dwayne Nurse and you're viewing us here live in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. We have a lovely lady this morning. She's all smiles. She says she's nervous, but I am seeing it dissipate as we go along. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Dwayne. How are you?
For those of us who may not know who you are, can you tell us about your name and about yourself and about your business?
So firstly, my name is Hyacinth Stevenson. Most persons know me as Candy. Candice, my business is Candy Care Spa Service. Firstly, I'm a dedicated mom, as well as a business owner. Candy Care basically is a mobile spa service which caters all spa needs to you on the outdoor as well as your doorsteps.
Really?
Yes,
it's mobile.
we do. Yes, it's
so
mobile.
You mean so I could go on my phone and get the care from your phone?
No, well, you can't go on your phone, but however, I come to you.
Oh, that's what I mean.
At any location of your choice. At any location of your choice, and we are able to give you any spa treatment you want at the comfort of your home or the comfort of outdoors.
Right. So walk us through the birthing of this business. Is it that you're doing it full time? Is it just a hobby, or did it start off as a hobby? What birthed this idea?
Well, a couple of years ago, I was looking for basically some courses to do, and everything in which I wanted wasn't available. So there was the only course that was available was massage therapy, and I decided, why not? Let's try. And just at the beginning of COVID, somebody reached out to me just to do basically a couples massage, and from there on, which is 3 years onwards, it has been my passion. So I'm into the business full time.
Okay, that's really nice to hear. So I have never had a professional massage done in my life, right? You know, we men have this phobia about being in the spa, taking care of yourself. And if somebody enforced you to do it, you know, it's not really done, and if it's not done for us, right? Walk us through why what you do is important to personal care.
So as much as some persons may believe that massage is a relaxation or a luxury service, I tell persons it helps with, yes, it helps with a stress reliever, as well as it helps with blood circulation. So it's not just about you coming to pamper yourself. There's so many other good benefits behind. So I think it's as well as it's therapy for a lot of persons, because persons come into the space for a treatment, as well as use it as an outlet to express basically how they feel, knowing that they're looking also for a safe zone, a safe space.
Okay, that's really good. That's really good. Being in this business, right? We have quite a lot on the island. What stands out in terms of what you offer as a service in this space, and what has been the response like to your business and what you offer?
Well, what stands out for me is that my business is outdoor. So as much as most persons who go to the spa think about 4 walls, we're able to get services within those 4 walls. We want persons to be able to enjoy nature, the serene Tobago, I should say, the Tobago space where you go to the beach and inhale, all the positive benefits of just being outdoor. In COVID, there wasn't much persons that could have traveled. So we allowed persons to feel the experience of being a part of something or somewhere.
Guys, are you noticing how she is using her hands to speak? It's just, I don't know, I can't do it as well. So one can only imagine how these massages feel and come off and all them kind of things. But you have an event coming up. I think it's on Saturday.
Yes.
Can you walk us through that? And just tell us about that event.
Okay, so the event on Saturday is Moms and Prams, Dads and Lads. And being a mom, you have to be innovative all the time. So my sons always like to encourage me to do stuff with them. As I tell parents or I tell persons, children really do appreciate time spent on not necessarily things. So I was telling myself, most persons have some sort of mobile access, whether it's a bicycle or a pram. And with the Little Tobago, sometimes you hardly see parents utilizing the tools that they have. So I decided I wanted to do a charity drive because I tell persons each one can help one. So why not just give back? But with most of these drives, you just drop off and that's it. And so I said, why not just, incorporate parents who want to be able to do something and not given the opportunity. So I decided to name it Moms and Proms, Dads and Lads. So parents, I believe that parents supposed to or would like to just give time, because children really do appreciate memories more than things.
And you're certainly right about that. It especially in a time like this where children are just going back out to school. It would be a nice thing to have them engage just before they go back to spend most of their time at school. But how does interested persons get on board? What are you intended to give out? I don't know. Just share a little bit more about that. Yeah.
So basically the work is about bonding, right? As much as we are asking you to donate basically stationery items or baby items at the day, that's basically on Saturday, this Saturday, we just want you to be able to bond with your children, basically.
Right. And is it that you're going to, it's a charity walk or ride?
A charity walk or ride.
Right.
So you can come basically with your children and their bicycle.
Or the scooter.
Anything on wheels. Even disabled people.
Right.
Sometimes we leave them out so many times. Yes. And so sometimes they have wheelchairs and, the parents don't know where to carry them, where to take them. It's an afternoon where everything mobile is accessible, even if the child does not have any of these things. And you just want to come along for the nice afternoon stroll. We would appreciate you.
And just in the event that the viewers cannot see the flyer properly and the route, just share with them where we'll be beginning from. Are we going to end up in a park with a nice picnic layout with some free food and drinks? What to expect?
No, so basically we start at the top of Cano Bay by the hardware, TK Hardware, and we proceed in. We make the U-turn by the Tech plants, and we come straight back out. There would be little, items, little penny cools, waters, just the initiative
Refreshing.
is nice. Yes, a refreshing afternoon.
I come in and get some free penny cool, man.
Some music, and we just here as a family to bond.
Yeah. That's really good, and families are important, and they are the fabric of what builds a society, and I don't think that people understand that fact, because the more we place emphasis on building strong families, our nation and our nation as a tomorrow, becomes even more equipped and ready to handle and take the nation forward. So this is a great initiative that you're doing. I want to say congratulations to you and thank you for taking this initiative, right? But what next after this? Because you can't just stop. You have this nice event here and stop. It has to grow into something, or there must be something following this. So I don't know if I'm being presumptuous by asking, but kindly share with us what next after this event, if anything at all, or should we stay tuned?
No, well, this is actually the second year
really
for Moms and Prams, and I'm a mom myself, and really and truly, moms look for avenues to do things with their children. Sometimes it's not available to them. So I'm always persistent on bonding with your children. But coming soon, we have Moms Get Your Groove Back, because we as mom, we are tired, and it's just the afternoon. This would also be the second year for Moms Get Your Groove Back. So it's just the afternoon where moms be able to come and unwind and just really enjoy spending time with other mothers who experience basically the same things on a daily basis.
And that's really good. I actually know a few moms who I know could benefit from this program, because some things we don't talk about is this thing called postpartum depression and how it affects mothers and motherhood, right? And I just believe that these initiatives are crucial to ensuring that, again, the fabric of family is maintained, right? But this unfortunately brings us to the end of this interview. But I will give you the final say, just to rehash what Saturday event is going to be about, and where persons can contact you relative to your business and any future events that are upcoming.
So just a reminder, so this weekend, Saturday at 5 p.m., we ask you all to come out to Cano Bay. Any mobile equipment that you have, it's a bicycle, you have a disabled friend who has a child, just bring everyone your scooter. If you don't have access, you're able to walk and ride, because it's a bonding time with parents. And we just ask that, you come out and have fun. If it is if you didn't see the flyer and you would like to contact us, it's 392-4816. But in all, as much we are about to have fun, we ask that each one do help one, and we ask that you do bring your stationery or baby items for charity.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here, Ms. Stevenson.
You're most
it's a pleasure to meet you, being a proud mother and all. Guys, this brings us to the end of this interview and Tobago Youth Wednesdays and Tobago Updates morning show. We want to thank you for tuning in. Please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We have up next Good Morning Tobago with Miss Natalie. Just remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. Be safe and have a great day.
infrastructure is being developed because we have another dream. We have a dream when Cove Industrial Estate will in fact be an industrial estate, and there will be the need to transport containers in and out of Cove. We build this dream because we see an increase in tourist arrivals at the new terminal, and we want to move them as quickly as possible out of Crown Point into the rest of the beauty that is Tobago.
And as you traverse along that road, on the interior, you will meet a roundabout that will be named after Dr. Jefferson Davidson. Dr. Davidson took over the helm from Mr. N.R. Robinson when he departed our shores in '86 to become Prime Minister of the country. He was also the first presiding officer of the modern Tobago House of Assembly. And then as you come to this direction, and Secretary James mentioned it, this roundabout here at Shervan will be named after James Bigat. What he did not tell you about James Bigat is that James Bigat is actually responsible for the education of hundreds, thousands of Tobagonians. The road we are standing on today will be appropriately named the Pamela Nicholson Avenue. But as fortunes will have it, the Pamela Nicholson Avenue will drive onto or intersect with a boulevard named after another Charlottevillian in the person of Dr. Winston Murray, the Dr. Winston Murray Boulevard. Coincidentally, both Dr. Murray and Miss Nicholson were members of Parliament for Tobago West.
It is with great humility and gratitude that I accept this token of your recognition of my life of service to Tobago. May we as a people continue to grow from strength to strength, always being blessed with visionary and selfless leadership as we position and promote Tobago as the gem of the Caribbean, cognizant of our positive contribution to the rest of the world. God bless Tobago, and may this project stand as a conduit for a buoyant tourist industry, one of the necessary pillars that will take our economy into world-class 21st century development.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying Tobago is number one. I am you and
staying with us after such an exciting program handled by our Youth on Youth Wednesday. They always do a splendid job. I am your host for this morning, Natalie Seeley Richardson, and it is Wednesday, the 21st of August, 2024. And this time, I would read the news in 90 seconds. The Trinidad and Tobago Inter-Island Transport Company Limited informs all truckers and port users that approximately at 10:24 a.m. on Tuesday, August 20th, a minor fire broke out in the auxiliary engine room of the MV Cabo Star. The vessel's crew promptly initiated emergency protocols, successfully extinguishing the fire shortly thereafter. Due to the nature of the incident, the vessel will undergo a thorough inspection by the Vessel Classification Society. During the MV Cabo Star's absence, the following arrangements have been made to accommodate cargo needs. Wednesday, August 21st, 2024, the Buku Reef will depart Port of Spain at 9 a.m. and leave Scarborough at 2 p.m. Thursday, August 22nd and Friday, August 23rd, 2024, the Galleon's Passage will depart Port of Spain at 9 a.m. and leave Scarborough at 4:30 p.m. Vehicles weighing up to 7,000 kg will be transported on these vessels, with priority given to food, pharmaceuticals, and perishables. 65 young people from Tobago have joined the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sports Trade Trek program. The program offers 3 days of life skills training, followed by 2 months of apprenticeships in trades such as hairdressing and auto mechanics. The initiative targets school leavers and unemployed youths, providing hands-on experience, technical training, and life skills such as financial management. Participants will receive stipends, certificates, and opportunities for further training or jobs. Program leaders include Secretary Joel Sampson and Assistant Secretary Wayne Clark, and they both urge the youths to make the most of this opportunity, which has generated excitement and interest by various stakeholders. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin acknowledged that while the police have increased their use of body cameras, more needs to be done to ensure they are consistently used and footage is shared with the Police Complaints Authority for investigations. This follows PCA Director David West's concern that the lack of body camera usage hampers probes into fatal police shootings. Although a policy requires officers to wear cameras during patrols, this is not widely enforced, and the PCA has not received footage for 37 such cases this year. While police are set to receive more body cameras with improved battery life, Police Association President ASP Gideon Dixon argued that there is no legal obligation for the police to provide footage to the PCA. West refuted this, citing the PCA Act, which allows the authority to access such footage to expedite investigations. And that was your news in 90 seconds. We'll go to a break, and when we come back, we'll have our first guest for this morning on GMT.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Good morning, viewers, again, and welcome back. Thank you for joining us again on GMT Good Morning Tobago. This morning, I have the privilege of speaking to the leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, Mr. Philip Edward Alexander, and I just want to welcome him this morning. Good morning, sir. He's joining us virtually from Trinidad this morning.
Good morning. I hope you're hearing me well. Thank you for having me. Good morning to your viewers. Good morning to all the beautiful people of Tobago.
And just before we get into our subject matter at hand, Mr. Alexander, I just want to get, for our viewers as well, tell us a little about the Progressive Empowerment Party.
It continues to be the third largest political party in the country. We have more plans, policies, governance ideas than any other party. In fact, the two major parties have been pilfering and copying and pasting, trying to make use of policies that we've put into the public space. I'm releasing a book shortly called Reinventing Trinidad and Tobago, a common sense guide to the redevelopment of the Republic. And it will be as close to free as possible, so every single Trinidadian and Tobagonian will at least have a sensible idea and an argument to the nonsense that's being parroted as governance to us these days.
Right, and tell us a little about maybe your goals as political leader of the PEP.
The only goal for being in a political party is to win an election and govern a country sensibly. The Progressive Empowerment Party is the only political party that was launched with a manifesto. Unlike others who have to convene groups and discuss, we've been doing that for quite some time, long before the party was formed actually. The ideas behind the Progressive Empowerment Party are to level the playing field so that everybody from the very bottom to the very top have the same accesses to the same opportunities, financial and otherwise, in Trinidad and Tobago.
And you have publicly thrown support to the UNC. Tell us a little about the dynamics of having your political party support another, because you just mentioned the reason for being in politics and being a political party is to win an election. So tell us a little about the dynamics or your thoughts behind throwing support to the UNC.
Unlike Tobago, which is fortunate that in a way it doesn't have to fight the race politics that Trinidad fights because it is more unicultural, for want of a better term. Trinidad is race-based politics. Every time you launch a political party, media hosts on media shows in Trinidad ask you who's your base, because Afros vote PNM and Indos vote UNC, so who you're going to vote for? So the Progressive Empowerment Party worked hard from January 18, 2017 to demonstrate to the people of Trinidad and Tobago that change is a possibility. And we ended up with a whole slogan, Philip will fix it, because we were on the ground doing things that the government nor the opposition would or could do. We shown that there is a reality. And then in 2020, voter apathy and race voting showed us that Trinidad not ready to save itself. You and I don't have enough time this morning to talk about why Tobago should be the #1 tourist destination on the planet, head and shoulders above everybody else. And the only reason it is not is artificial, so that elites, 1%, lodge members, secret society people that run Trinidad and Tobago could grab up Tobago land at cheap cost to themselves. Trinidad is the same thing. Throwing my support behind the UNC was not an easy decision to make. But the PNM has been in office 2 terms now, and they're threatening us with enslavement. A cashless society is enslavement. The government has no clue how to run the country. Oil and gas has stopped being the principal drivers of our economy, and taxation has been driving this economy for the past 9 years. The government has run out of ways to creatively tax and spend to pay the people in the alphabet soup of make-work programs and handouts that they have for their supporters to keep buying those 340,000 votes. The rest of Trinidad and Tobago sits down with their hands in their laps wondering how to fix it. And I'm here to tell them again that voting is the way out. I gave the UNC my support simply to prize this PNM out of office. I don't have as much hope in the UNC as I would in the Progressive Empowerment Party to actually do the job of fixing Trinidad and Tobago the way it should be done. But we need to get this PNM out if we want to at least derail the tax and spend, the merit system, the failure to secure the nation that has the 40,000 guns in the country that's now terrorizing Tobago. Tobago has now gotten to a place where Trinidad has been for years. And to end this notion of a cashless society, I see in the papers again this madman of a minister of finance talking cashless again. I want to ring the alarm for Trinidadians. There are 500,000 homeowners in Trinidad and Tobago. There are 1 million vehicle owners in Trinidad and Tobago. Keith Rowley said he has the votes to unilaterally remove the 3 ships from the coat of arms. I want to let him know he doesn't have those votes. That if the people of Trinidad and Tobago
Before you continue, and I want us now, as you brought it up, because you are here to talk about that issue. So just to give our viewers a context, we all know that the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, would have announced at a special convention for the PNM the plan to remove the 3 ships on the coat of arms and replace it with a steel pan. And of course, you would have been very vocal and shared your thoughts publicly on that matter. Why did you seem so upset or disturbed by the plan? Opposed to that plan?
Well, I'll tell you, there are multiple ways that you can approach this. One, we don't need a coat of arms anymore. A coat of arms is like a carnival band getting your section banner. When Trinidad was part of people's empires, that coat of arms was to tell us where our section was in the empire. Nobody's empire anymore. The United States of America rubbished their coat of arms when they became independent in 1776, and they launched what they call the Great Seal of America, which is what people are accustomed to see in the circle with the eagle in the center, holding the arrows and the corn on the wheat. We could do things like that, but not now. Not now when the country has been deliberately run into the ground to enslave the people of Trinidad and Tobago. This is a total despicable planned act to take control of what should be the best country in the world. Trinidad and Tobago should be living the life that the Guyanese living now, and not just oil. We have the best country on the planet for so many reasons, and we should have taken advantage of that. For the 62 years that we've been independent, we've not. What has happened?
You mentioned that we should not have a coat of arms, at least in this point in our history, and you explained why. But we do have one. And moving forward with that, and you mentioned you are opposed to replacing the ships with the steel pan. Can you explain to our viewers what's the issue with replacing that image or updating it where the steel pan will now take the place of the 3 ships?
The logistical nightmare, the massive inconvenience it is going to cause. You, sitting there, have to go and change your birth certificate, your passport, your driver's permit, your ID card to start. They're going to have to redo all the currencies. They're going to have to change every document. It will grind every ministry to a halt, trying to change their own documents while trying to accede to requests for documents. People have the average person. Imagine 1 million people lining up outside licensing office. They give a 6-month deadline. This is madness. This is lunacy. Now, there are some people who say that they could do it when your stuff expires. You have to pass a whole law to say Trinidad now has 2 coat of arms. One with the ships and one with a steel band, because you're going to now accept 2 coats of arms. But I want to tell you again, we don't even need a coat of arms. It might be cheaper to abolish it. It doesn't serve a purpose. It serves us nothing now. It's a holdover to the monarchy and colonial days, and we don't need it. And every historian will tell you that. But there's the cost, there's the inconvenience. The cost to changing that, to maintaining it, to keeping it, and changing something on it while trying to use it will cost this country hundreds of millions of dollars that the taxpayers are going to have to pay, because the government has no revenue other than taxes. So they're going to have to either A, redirect taxes, which I doubt they will, or B, increase taxes by putting the cost to this change back to the taxpayers, and that is more lunacy at a time when the average person catching the tail to keep their head above water. We have a country where a little girl just died from a disease that shouldn't be killing anybody. Dengue shouldn't be killing anybody. But she just died because they didn't have tests for 5 days. So she died. And this country didn't grind to a halt. If we don't have a responsibility to the innocents and the children, what's the point of all the politics? It's a farce, it's a joke. We've become tools to the 1%. And my only role in the politics is to keep pointing out to Trinidadians and Tobagonians that they have all the power. Now the government is trying to take away your power. When they control your financial value, they own you. This is slavery. This is putting a value to you that they could arbitrarily withhold. That current could go and you can't put your bank card to a machine to buy milk for your child.
So, Mr.
This
Alexander,
is lunacy.
you mentioned the issue of this whole process being a logistical nightmare. But aren't we as a citizen accustomed to these types of changes? For example, if a new government gets into power, letterheads are changed. Sometimes there are changes to the names of ministries, and the entire process in terms of stationery, signs, on buildings, on vehicles have to be changed. So are we not used to things like this? When our birth papers were updated, at some point we all have to get the polymer certificate for those who have the new driver's license. Some are still with the old one, but when that time comes to renew, you get the new one. Aren't we not accustomed to these changes?
You just mentioned things, some that took 10 years, some that took 20 years. You just compared changing signs on ministries' offices and members of parliament office, 41 signs. You just compared that to 1 million people having every document of value in their possession being nullified. There's no comparison. The closest comparison is the chaos of everybody lining up to change the $100 bill. That's the closest chaos. Now multiply that by 50, multiply that by 100, because this deadline will make your driver's permit illegal if the police pull you over. Because I didn't hear him say anything about 2 coats of arms. I didn't hear him say that I could show my ID card with my old coat of arms while other people showing their new EDC issued ID card with new coat of arms, and that everything will be accepted. Because then Trinidad will need 2 coats of arms. The lunacy and the stupidity of the announcement. I know it was an election dog whistle. And I know he was speaking from the seat of his pants. And he's talking about he had the votes. Yes, he may have those votes now, but it is not enough votes.
So the comparison I was making is in terms of the process of changing stationery. The process of changing stationery, because I've heard many persons in the public space, of course, refer to the logistics, as you would have mentioned. But I am thinking we are used to the process of stationery being changed. Yes, this may be of a different magnitude because we're talking about the coat of arms. So it's not 1 or 2 ministries, but we have to look at the entire system. When the Prime Minister made the announcement...
In 41 members of parliament and 1.4 million citizens, because every parent will have to go and get updated birth certificates for every child they have. Is every single document that requires this coat of arms on it going to have to change? This is not just 41 letterheads. You have to put this in context. Just to change everybody's birth certificate in this country took a 20-year exercise. We talk about the polymer, but we forget that the polymer started changing since 1993. This is a crazy, crazy concept. You will have to now rubbish everybody's passport. It's the front page of the passport is the coat of arms. So now every single passport, you want to send everybody. Have you ever driven past immigration on a morning to see what normal business is in immigration? Normal renewals of passports? Imagine sending 1 million people there.
Right, and I have to interrupt you, Mr. Alexander, just for the fact that we need to take a quick break. Viewers, we will return and continue our conversation with Mr. Alexander, so stay tuned.
Are you ready to optimize your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. Refine the Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
I'm so relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books, and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. Up to $20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'll hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Go in. You have to stop it. You have to stop it.
Welcome to my kitchen, guys.
You have to stop it every night.
That's it. That's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you for staying with us. If you are just joining us, we are having a conversation with the leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, Mr. Philip Edward Alexander, and we are speaking about the Prime Minister's announcement to have that change made to our coat of arms, where the 3 ships will be removed and replaced by the steel pan. Mr. Alexander, I just want to continue following up again. You mentioned the whole logistical nightmare. You mentioned that even at this point in our history, we should do away with the coat of arms. If it is that suggestion is taken up, let's say, somewhere in the near future, will that also not be a logistic nightmare because we still have to replace or remove the coat of arms from our existence, so to speak?
Any government with sense would have announced a system to transition. He didn't say that. He said, with his normal hubris, we have the votes, we change it in 6 months. That's nonsense. You're not changing anything in 6 months. But you could pass a law transitioning after consultation with every creed and race every religion, every special interest, every civil society, and every single owner of this country, every tax-paying citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, give everybody their input, tabulate the results, give it out there to the artists to create something that better represents the plural society of Trinidad and Tobago. Come back, vote on that. That process we're talking about there is years by itself. But you get to a thing where everybody feels included.
Right.
Then you pass a law saying, over the next 10 years, we will transition. So the documents with a coat of arms will be accepted. When it is time to change it, if something expires, like an ID card, a driver's permit, a passport, when it expires, you will get the new one with the seal of Trinidad and Tobago. That makes sense. That's a common sense approach to this. But to dog whistle the country and talk about move off the white man that come and invade the country and put his steel pan because of indigenous stuff. He was dog whistling. That's all he was doing. He didn't expect this pushback. But you know what I want to say to Trinidad and Tobago? Let him have it. Let him grind the country to halt. I really want to see what the brain trust of the PNM is capable of doing with this. So I'm going to withdraw my opposition because I want to mobilize this country against the demerit system, against the property tax, and against the way the economy is run. I want him to bog his government down and every office of state fighting up with this stupid lunatic idea. Let them do it. Go ahead. Change it.
Right, and in terms of, because you mentioned the process, so the announcement was made at a PNM special convention, and we were told 6 months transition. But do you not think that that was just a general statement, and we, the public, will hopefully get details in terms of that transition, that rollout plan for that 6 months?
You could make a general statement. I could make a general statement. It doesn't impact upon the operation of the country. He is the prime minister. When he sends a message like that, that message is to be taken seriously. People are supposed to take that message as an indication of where we're going forward on this matter. But I want to ask you a question. Something as serious as changing part of the national identity, you will announce it at a PNM convention? You are the prime minister of the PNM? Trinidadians should take that as an insult, as a slap in Trinidadians and Tobagonians. Should take that as a slap in the face, as an insult to the Prime Minister of 350,000 PNM people. The rest of us, the 1,150,000 of us, we are going to get together and push you out. That is where we should go now. He's the Prime Minister of the PNM. We need a Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
And I think that's what a lot of us are missing, because what stands out is really, I think, the process in which this announcement was made. And as you rightfully said, it wasn't done at a media briefing or anything, but at a PNM convention. And we were told that, hey, we have enough votes, so this is already carried. I'm just letting you know we're making these changes. Now, aside of that, because we can talk about the way in which it was done, and that in itself may be questionable, but I have also seen people have issue with the change. Do you think that the 3 ships should be removed?
There's this whole agenda, and I think we're copying what we're seeing taking place in other parts of the world, where people are trying to erase history. History is not something that's supposed to make you feel comfortable. History is something that's supposed to remind you that we have come from a long line of abuse, of murder, of advantage. I mean, if you and I start to talk about there are royal families in the world that whose fortunes are built on invasion and theft and looting. So we know that this occurred in the past, and we should teach the children in school that this, what Christopher Columbus did, he didn't discover us. Trinidad and Tobago were islands in the sea. There were people living here, indigenous people were living here. And what they did was they came here and they seized it for their king, and they slaughtered and enslaved people. History needs to remember that. There are other ways to celebrate pan. Build a proper pan university. Akron, Ohio is making profit manufacturing and exporting the steel pan. They
Right.
rename the junior pan, the jumby pan. They teach little children all over the world to play pan. Trinidad,
Right.
we not in nothing to pan. Japan know more about pan than us. Aruba, Curacao, real tourist destinations know more. You think sticking the pan on the coat of arms, doing anything for pan? That was a dog whistle. There was nothing sensible about that plan. Let him have it.
Mhm. And do you think that, because you mentioned as well that consultation, I'll ask you because I'm not aware, was any consultation out there in terms of making this change?
Consultation is a joke in Trinidad and Tobago. The Constitutional Reform Assembly, those people who are out there chatting. We did this exercise before with Prakash Ramadhan leading it under the People's Partnership. Now this fellow, former Speaker of the House, Barnes, as he named Senanan, Burger Senanan, they're doing the same exercise again. We spend $500 million to do investigations into transportation and then we throw it away. We don't have, governments don't have to care. It's not their money, it's taxpayers. And taxpayers keep accepting that as long as the color of my skin match the color of the skin in office, they can do me what they want. But that is foolishness, and it is time that we understood that despite the differences in our skin color, our hair texture, we are all Trinidadians and Tobagonians. And the day we say, you know what? Black, white, red, green, and every shade in between, if we stand together and we start demanding from office holders proper governance, because that's what we want from them. We don't want identity politics. I don't care about your hairstyle or what clothes you're wearing. I want to know how you're leveling the playing field so that the education system works for all. I want to know that nobody's going to a hospital that we're spending $5 billion a year on and dying from dengue. That's what I want. I want a country where the average person, red, white, black, green, and every shade in between, could go into the bank for a bank loan and get the same system that a man who announced that he built a restaurant every month for 10 years, maybe 120 restaurants. And all I wanted to know is where you get the money from? Because the average person cannot go in the bank and get money to do one restaurant, much less 120. I want to level that playing field. That is why I am in politics. That's the only purpose for anybody being in politics, to make sure that every single Trinidadian, the very old, the very young, and everybody in between are properly represented and served. And if we don't wake up to that as a people, and if we don't make that as our identity agenda, this country is going to die. It is going to fail. We have to face the responsibility for that. We keep putting people in office and they are destroying our futures. That has to change.
Right, and if it is, you were given the opportunity to, let's say, spearhead a committee that had to deal with this issue, what would you put in place for us, the citizens, to have to deal with this whole change?
A change in the coat of arms?
Yes. Because you mentioned how it was done. The announcement was made within the remits or the audience of a political party. An announcement was given just 6 months, and yet we know the coat of arms exists on all our official documents, as you even mentioned, our passport.
But that's the point. When he was being the Prime Minister of the PNM and he have the votes, he could be changing all the PNM documents. But that's a slap in the face to everybody else in the country by saying we have the votes, we don't have to consult you. You're a madman. The 1 million vehicles in this country have more votes than the PNM. If they stand up and unite, PNM done. The 500,000 homeowners in this country have more votes than the PNM. The 350,000 handout voters. We could, if we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, stood together, that we have the votes nonsense would be rubbish.
Right.
But if you ask me to handle something like how do we transition from the coat of arms, first of all, I will tell you there are many reasons not to do it. Right. And the first and the most important is erasing history never helps. Those who do not learn from history are condemned to relive it over and over and over again.
Right.
So we need reminders that the Europeans enslaved the Africans, And that before that, the Africans enslaved the Jews. And before that, the Jews enslaved, and that is history. We need to keep reminding ourselves that what happened to the Jews during the Holocaust was disgusting to watch. And I was actually watching a show called The Piano on TV in the 80s. And I was watching a show on a videotape called The Piano. And it was so horrible to watch what was being done to the Jews that I just stopped the tape from playing. And when I stopped the tape from playing, it went to CNN that was showing those same descendants of those same Jews doing the same thing to the Palestinians. And I'm thinking, if we don't engrave history in front of our faces to remind us that this is what people have done in the past, people will do it again in the future. We need all of the. Now, I'm a believer. I'm a romantic. I'm a believer in a global village of happy people and everybody sharing all the resources in the world. I believe in those things.
Right.
And I would do those things for the rest of my life. I'm in Trinidad. So my father told me when I was growing up, bloom where you're planted. There are enough resources in Trinidad and Tobago for every Trinidadian to be wealthy, happy, healthy, peaceful, safe. But we let a handful of people loot it and steal all our money. And you come to tell me that the solution to the problems is to change the coat of arms? The money that are going to cost, I spend it securing the nation's borders so we have 40,000 legal guns. If you ask me if they gave me the job to transition the coat of arms, what I do, I'd give them the job back. There's no benefit to Trinidad and Tobago. I would create another way, a bigger, better way to celebrate the pan while keeping our eye on our history. Trinidadians should know why we have a Sangre Grande and a Sangre Chiquito and how this nation was built on big blood and small blood. We don't have that being taught in schools. And we should, because our people should know. Our people should know that the United States of America was great nations before it was a United States of America, and blankets riddled with smallpox was used to decimate natives. Things like that happened in Trinidad. We should be having these conversations and erasing history. Taking down Columbus statue does nothing to protect the people of the future. Nobody in Trinidad goes to Columbus statue and treats him like a great guy. Nobody venerates him. What he represents is a time in our history when the world was, if you see it and you like it, you could take it and seize it, and if there are people there, you could kill them or you could enslave them and build empires, and then 400 years from now, the rest of the world will pretend these are royal families. That's history. Let's keep our history in front of our face. So the next 500 years, we develop sensibly and we keep everybody's safety and well-being as paramount in everything that we do.
Right, and I must thank you for sharing your views with us, Mr. Alexander, this morning. And it was quite an interesting conversation. And of course, we wish you and the rest of your political party, as you continue to fight for Trinidad and Tobago, all the best. So thank you again for sharing your views with us this morning.
I'd like to thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. You're a very gracious hostess. And the people of Tobago, I just want to say, I want you to remember something. Of the island nation state that is Trinidad and Tobago, you are the jewel. Tobago is the best single island in the world, and never stop fighting for that. Have a great day.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. Viewers, we go to a quick break, and when we return, we'll have another guest in studio with us this morning, so stay tuned.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Welcome back, viewers. Thank you for staying with us. And in studio this morning with me is, and I'll say, Mr. Terrence Baines. We are accustomed introducing him as Secretary Baines, but he's not here in that capacity this morning. In fact, he's here as Bishop Terrence Baines of the Victory Place International Worship Center. And something special is happening on Sunday, this Sunday, the 25th of August, and he's here to tell us a little more about that. Good morning, Bishop.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
It sounds so different.
Yes, because you're accustomed sitting in the hot seat as secretary, but we are talking about 911 emergency prayer for Tobago and volume 2, which means there was a volume 1. So tell us a little when the volume 1 happened and what would have gotten us to volume 2.
Right. We did a volume 1 in the month of January, I believe. We had it at the Esplanade, and it really was born out of the concern for some of the activities taking place in the Tobago space that is destructive and depressing and just negative.
Right.
And of course, we were not just talking about prayer in a vacuum. There are several other things taking place in and around this space, whether it's from a governmental level, from a security level, social level, and so on, to enhance the society and enhance the environment so that our people can have better opportunities and so on. But there is a spiritual dimension to man's existence as well.
Yes.
And so some of the matters that we are dealing with, we feel that it requires divine intervention. So the prayer is coupled with or to perhaps to enhance or to even give legs to some of the other things that are done in the physical.
Right.
You understand? And so that was the general idea. We had several church leaders that converged on the Esplanade in January and stuff. And coming out of that, I was encouraged that this must not be something that a one-off thing, that we must do this and so on. And in fact, and I was just kind of waiting for the timing You know, I know this is a season when prayer is very prevalent in the space.
Right.
I know the Office of the Chief Secretary has prayer, I believe, every month. I know this station has prayer, I believe it was last week and so on.
On Monday of this week, right?
And there was an event over the weekend, and prayer was a central focus of the thing and so on. You just can't have too much prayer.
Yes, definitely.
And so we are, us at the Victory Place International, you know, this is something in my heart, and I feel, given the climate that we're in, that this is time for the second installment.
Right. And tell us what we can expect at Volume 2.
Right. So Volume 2, the construct is a little different. We divide the session into 3 segments.
Okay.
Segment 1 would be hosted by me. It's like a half an hour segment where, before we actually get into the prayer, I will try and share with those present some of the things that are taking place on a governmental level, some of the services that the THA is providing and that kind of thing. So we want the population to have an appreciation that we are doing stuff to try and make the environment more user-friendly for people.
Right.
You understand? Trying to do things that will deter especially young people from going into...
There's no need to go into crime. We have other alternatives.
Right. So I would like to share some of those things. And then, of course, then we begin to pray about some specific areas. The second segment will be hosted by Deputy Commissioner of Police, Junior Benjamin, who is also a pastor.
Okay.
Right? And I thought it was prudent to invite him so that he could talk about some of the security issues that we would not be sensitive to, and engage some of the security personnel to be a part of that prayer session. So he will handle that session and so on. And then the final session is Pastor Junior George, who is a native of Canaan Bonaccord, and has this pulse on what is taking place in the society and that kind of thing, and he will share his own perspective, and then we'll have the final session of prayer. So it is, for want of a better word, a glorified prayer meeting.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
But we want to furnish the population with as much information as possible so that the prayer can be intelligent.
Right.
You understand? We don't just want to have the general just praying. We want to pray with knowledge.
Right. So you want it to be intelligent, and you want it to be intentional.
Indeed.
Yes.
It is the effectual, fervent prayer of the righteous that avails much.
Right.
And those two terms suggest effectual, meaning as much information as possible. You pray from a place of knowledge and that kind of thing. And of course, fervency means constant. So I want to say here now that even while we're going to execute this on Sunday at the Calvary Road Deliverance Tabernacle in Bonaccord at 5 p.m., and so on, that we received a call that there is need for 911 in the east of Tobago, and we will be doing that very shortly as well. So when we know it's difficult sometimes for people that live in the eastern side to make it, and they complain, rightfully so, that a lot of the things happen down in town and in the west. So we will be doing that as well. You know,
right. And who can participate? Who can attend?
Everybody who knows how to pray, who is supportive of this, who think that this is something that is relevant and necessary at this particular point in time. We are inviting all and sundry to meet us at the Calvary Road Deliverance Tabernacle on this Sunday. It will also be streamed live on the Victory Place International Facebook page. So we want to put that out there. So you can, if you can't make it to the venue physically, you can join us online, you know, at the Victory.
Most definitely.
Yes.
And let's talk a little bit about prayer, because as you said, a lot of organizations are having moments of prayer, seasons of prayer. Even Tobago Updates, we hosted Monday morning a 2-hour prayer session. Do you think, as believers, we really understand the power of prayer? Because we talk it a lot.
Yes,
but do we really understand? And I'm drawing from the interview clip that's being circulated with the president of El Salvador. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did
and
not.
you know, El Salvador is known to have like 67,000 gangs, not gang members, but 67,000 gangs, right? And riddled with crime. You know, we talk about how much ever murders for the week, and they are in the hundreds per day.
Right.
And their cabinet came together. They would have their policies, etc., as any responsible government.
Yes.
But one thing the president mentioned is that it's a secular government, but his cabinet is made up of believers. And they decided to pray.
Right.
And they saw an immediate change.
Yes.
You know, because the interviewer was asking him, you know, why did you pray? And he said, well, we're doing everything we can as policymakers, but they understand the power of God.
Right.
And since they were all believers, no one had an issue with it.
Right,
And they
right,
decided to come
right,
together
right,
in
right,
pray
right,
and make it a serious
right.
issue.
Yes, and there is a power. There is a power in harmony as well.
Right.
You know, one of these scriptures that comes to mind is when Jesus said, "If two can agree on anything, it shall be done." And that word "agree" really speaks about harmonizing. You know, and so it is always a plus in the room to have people of same spirit, same heart, and same perspective when you're going to pray about a particular matter. You understand?
Right.
And so I can see easily how the results from that decision made at a cabinet level can impact the country.
Right.
You understand? I mean, we have various configurations of government around the region, you know, and you know, there are some spaces that it is a tall order.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
to have that particular manifestation
Right.
in certain spaces.
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago for one, because of the multiplicity of religious views that we have and that kind of thing. So, but I think that albeit, as long as you can have people who are in unison about this particular matter, whether it be, you know, there are some, we will always have religious nuances.
Right,
We'll have
yes,
differences and
of
so on.
course.
But if we can agree, and the common denominator is the concern for the development and the welfare of our people.
Right.
You understand? God is an adult. God will answer who he wants to answer.
Right.
You understand? And
Yes.
he judges the heart of a man and the sincerity of a
Yes.
man's heart. We know that he has instructed us and he has admonished us that we should come boldly to the throne of grace to obtain grace and mercy to help in a time of need. And there certainly in the Tobago space, it is a time of need for us.
Definitely.
You understand? There is no way that the security apparatus could touch every village, every hamlet in Tobago. There is no way you could put a police officer by everybody's door to help them with decision making when they get upset.
Right.
There is no way that you can do those things.
Right.
So there has to be some other message in the firmament where that will help somebody in their decision making, even in a hostile situation.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of times, some of the violence that we see, people get upset and
Yes,
they make
yes.
certain decisions.
Yeah.
There are some people that are bent on being a menace
Right.
to society.
And they premeditate.
Right,
Yes.
right. You know, and we have to pray and stuff and hope that they have some kind of confrontation with the supreme being
Yeah.
that changes them. You understand? But while all that is happening, we have to continue to do what we're doing. You know, there is a end time prophecy that the world is going to get worse. You understand? Evil men and seducers getting worse, and the darkness is going to get worse. However, it does not mean that we must just sit by.
Right, and that was my question, because
Yes.
I've heard even some Christians say,
Yeah.
we can't get out of it.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
so why
But it don't
fight
mean,
up?
It doesn't mean that. I think what the writers were saying, that this will be the reality of the environment that you will be engaged in your activity.
Right.
You understand? And when Paul, who is was one of the most prolific writers regarding this eschaton, was saying that you now have to be instant in season and out of season, which means that your work is now intensified, that you have to work 24 hours
and you
a
have
day.
to be equipped.
Indeed,
Yes.
indeed, you understand? And being the light of the world, actually light is most important when it is darkest.
Yes.
So there is no excuse. The position should not be that we just say, we throw up our hands and that is the society that we're in, and let's hope that Jesus comes quick and take us out of here and that kind of stuff. That should not be the approach.
Right.
We should occupy the space. We should continue. Those of us who claim that we have these kingdom principles and all that, we should continue to share those principles, and being the light of the world is not some arrogant social centerpiece either.
Right.
You understand? But really to touch the place
And,
that you,
and the kingdom principles should not only exist on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Indeed, that is the thing, and I think, I think, you know, all of us are the victims of religiosity, and we have to find a way to practicalize these principles that we have been taught.
Right.
You understand? And the most efficient manifestation of your discipleship is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Correct.
which are not the traditional days that we in church, you understand? And I simply mean by that really what you learn in your enclosed space is to assist you in living better and influencing people for good and for development holistically when you in the place you spend most of your time. You understand?
Yeah.
And whatever is your vocation in life. So in all these stages, whether you work in media, whether you work in the public service, whether you work as a social worker, you work in whatever the services you provide, you provide that as a person that has these kingdom principles that guide your life. So that you are there to help people, to help the environment become a better place for all of us to live.
Right.
You understand? And so these are the things that drive me. These are the things that drive what we're doing on Sunday.
Right.
Because all of us want to see a Tobago that is that the atmosphere is user friendly for personal development for all.
Right.
You understand? All of us want to see a pushback to this scourge that is upon us. You understand? We know that the security services are doing what they're doing. Government is doing what government can do, and so on. But there is need for this spiritual component to be front and center as part of the fight against this scourge that is upon
and
us.
viewers, if you find this conversation is going interesting, then you follow up by attending 911
Yes.
Emergency Prayer for Tobago Volume 2. That's this Sunday, the 25th of August at 5 p.m. And Bishop Bain, just remind us the location, please.
Yes, we are at the Calvary Road Deliverance Tabernacle in 4 Roads, Bonaccord, and you can't miss it. It is right there, and it promises to be a fantastic time of refreshing and so on, and a time obviously that we get and go before God, lay before Him these matters that are concerned as He has encouraged us so to do.
Definitely. And viewers, that's all the time we have this morning on GMT. And I think it's a good way to end the conversations we have had for the morning. And remember the importance and the power of prayer. It is Wednesday, middle of the week. We still have some work days to go. So keep at it. You'll make it. And just remember, Tobago Updates is always here for you, bringing you all the content about what's happening here just for you. So thank you for staying with us this morning. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.